Hey lovelies, it's Imogen. I'm sorry for the layout. I'm hoping we can make this work. We're rearranging the house at the moment and I am trying to make the best of a bad situation. So I also bought this set of papers, which is an 8.5 inch by 8.5 inch paper pack. I'm not sure what that is in centimeters, but I will put it on the screen. And it is the Mystic Witch scrapbook paper. I got this from Amazon UK. And I will put a link for this particular one below. And I believe, yeah, they're double-sided papers with the same pattern. That's different. Okay. Yeah, it said double-sided papers, but it didn't say that they were back-to-back patterned. Ooh. So there's 3 sheets, but they're back patterned on both sides. This, and hold it against this. We could easily get like 1, 2, 3 out of this. 3 and like some washi cards. That's quite, ooh. Okay, so happy. So first of all, we're gonna deconstruct this, decide what we want. If you saw my last video, I thought the stickers in the back were yellowed because of that car air freshener, but these have not been anywhere near that car air freshener, and these have all weirdly yellowed around the print, which I suppose is what happens when you buy cheap stickers from AliExpress and not quality stickers from like people who take the time to do the art. Now, I don't think I bought them like this. Like, I think they've done this over time, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's definitely weird and interesting. I mean, I don't archive all my stuff. I keep stuff for a long time, but I'm probably not going to look back on it, which is why I like having social media, so I can look back on things. So yeah. So first things first, I am going to turn to the back and I'm going to use these to open up the rings. I'm going to take this out. I am going to use this, but right now it's making a bit too much noise. And I don't think you like that all the way through the video. I'm also going to take this one out and I'm not going to reuse it in this particular planner. And I decided that I am going to, what am I going to do? God, it smells amazing. It smells kind of like almondy, bakewelly with flowery flowers. It's just, I like it. Anyway, it might stay in the back for now. Right. Okay, let's flip to the front. In fact, what I should do is I should just take all of that out. Let's take all of that out. Okay, right. I know I definitely want to keep this dashboard and the acetate, and then dashboards. I might keep these, and then what I will do with them is what I will do with them, I could use them as a 3 and then just redo these 2 because I'm not massively in love with these. These moons, by the way, are some little sticky notes, like really small sticky notes that I got from AliExpress. And I do have them, but they're in my studio. So I could just redo these 2. Not now. but redo these two. So we'll save them and yeah, for another time, another world, another day. Then I have this stack of papers, which I'll use at some point, but they're not going back in here today. And then there's some bits of rubbish in there as well. These papers, they're useful. They are. So I might stick them back in. I might do that. That's an idea. Then I have this, which I have no idea what or why I have this die cut in here. It's kind of a thick die cut. I might put that back in. I am probably most definitely going to use this. So for now, we'll put that there. And then I didn't realize that the white paper, that there's white paper, which is, I know this is the Clairefontaine Rhodia paper because I clearly cut this myself. And this is some white dot grid, which is like clearly off-white by Filofax. So we might put that in. We'll definitely put that in. There's not a lot there, but that's why we might use that. And then I think I'm definitely going to include this little guy, but I'm going to take his bell off. So we'll pop him over there with the charms. And I'm unsure about this. Like, if I take this out, I have to take this out. I'm not too keen on this. And this smells amazeballs, but then I'd have to keep that in, and this is quite a chunky thing. I mean, I could take some, like, the sticky notes out and just put something else in it. That might be what we do. For now, I'm going to leave that in and see how chunked up this gets, because it's not going to be that chunky, I don't think. And then if you watch my last video, I actually sorted everything out. I found that little book that's usually stuck in the back of there, so he may or may not go in, depending on how chunky this gets. I'm not going to show you all this stuff again. If you watch the last video, that would be very boring for you. That's not going in, but we want to save it. It's just a piece of red with some weird, it feels so weird, but I don't know if I'm here for it or not. I found some more of these moon sticky notes, but I think we've got enough in there, so we'll leave that. Here's another one of these, which could be really useful, and it's got some bits in it, so we'll keep that out. This is for a traveler's notebook. I actually bought this one out of my personal Filofax, and I was going to cut it down and then punch it, so it was like pocket size, which would be like almost to like, so I'd have to cut off the top one, but I have this, so, and it's also the right length, so it won't be hanging out either. So that's kind of cool. I don't know why there's a little ladybird sticker on it, but that's little ladybird, little ladybug, whatever you want to call it. I found some panda sticky notes in here. Cupcakes. I used to use them to mark something. What did I used to use them for? I want to say it was like a treat day after my physio or something like that. After my therapy, sorry. My pain management therapy. I think that's what it was for. And then these little paw, and then there's some little paw stickers, which I used for either, for when I need to do the cat litter or buy cat stuff, was what these were for. And I have loads of them. And only one cat now. And then this is a washi card that I made. It's quite a small washi card that I made, but it's just some glittery black plastic that I laminated and apparently only did one-sided. And it's very small as well. I don't know why I made that small. And on the back, it's got one of my old business cards. Yeah, I don't have this shop anymore. And then I have a little metal winged paper cup. So I brought this in for that, but I don't think I'm going to use it. But I might end up using the stickers. I might end up using that. I think that's it from there. So let's pop that over there. I'm definitely going to use this one. I don't need for this project, but I think they'd be good to draw around to get the right size to cut out. And then I have the remainder of these diary pages, week on 2, which I'm going to alter to make them work with this, so they're a definite keep. And then I've got 2 of these, which I don't think I'm going to use. It might be good to use it in the back as a protector for if I want to keep that, actually. So for now, I'm going to stick 1 in the yes pile and 1 in the maybe pile. And then I've got a Filofax Pocket, so that can go in the maybe pile as well. So we've got quite a bit of stuff. I may or may not use these. So here's my issue. I have this very gorgeous pattern paper. It's got 10 designs. I really like 8 of them. But I don't want to do like 5 dividers. I was thinking 3 because I'm going to do a diary, which is the whole point of this, is a diary journal. I might have a list section, but that really is what my bullet journal is for. So I don't really need a list, but then if I don't do that, I won't include that. So, and then I might end up actually using this as an altar and doing a travel altar, like what Ray did, but like different, like one that I feel I could share or a catch-all. But then I was kind of going to do that in a TN. I could start in here and see how if I like that idea. So that's 3. I could do 5 and then I'll just have some extra and that'll be fine. So without further ado, let's get on to the cutting. I brought some plain black card with me just in case I decided I wanted to do some labels. So I'm going to start out by using a ruler and a pencil. I just sketched out half of a coffin. I'm going to fold that in about half, and then I'm going to so I've just made a little coffin shape template, and I'm literally just going to use that to draw around to make 5 tabs. Do I need to cut out 10? Yes, I need to cut out 10. I'm going to use the little coffin we made to trace around 10 times and then cut them out. If you don't want to manually draw out the coffins and cut them out, I have got a video on my YouTube where I altered the Goth planner a couple of years ago to include some digital versions. So I created the coffins digitally, I printed them out, and then I cut them out. And that is an alternative. See, my thinking is I can't decide whether I like that one or that one because I really like the cat, but the cat's on both. My dashboard is a Ouija board, so tarot-y, Ouija, divination-y, makes sense. But I do really like this black one because it's got bugs and crystals, but I don't want to use both of those. But that's got moons on it, and that has got the only crystal balls. Like, I don't so much like the planets on this one. I'm not a massive fan of that tarot card one. So what I'm thinking is this black one, that black one, that black one, that white one, that white one. I'm not sure how these come out of this book. So they're glued at the top, which is really annoying. So I think we're going to have to just cut them out of the book. So we have to just tear it out. I suppose you could have cut it out. But... oh, that cat's so cute. Here we go. We've committed to those. Right, let's just grab these. Yeah, I don't think I did too bad at all, but I didn't think to stop and look at the paper. And make sure I'm cutting out the bit that I want. Yeah, that was a brain fart. Okay, so I think I've decided on this. So first of all, I'm just going to use my eraser and remove any pencil lines that are on my dividers or on my coffins. Then I'm going to figure out whereabouts I want to place my coffins. And then I'm going to use some double-sided adhesive to just glue those coffins down, making sure they're roughly about half. And this is where I made a note earlier on the video saying to keep them in their pairs. My dogs decided to tip my table, so I didn't have the pairs, which would have been ideal rather than trying to play mix and match. So I'm just going to literally adhere these little coffins onto the dividers and go from there. So my advice would be, if you have the space to be able to set your laminator up so it's heating up while you're doing the cutting and the labeling, etc. stage, that'd be great, because this is going to take a minute to warm up, so we will come back once it is. So my laminator is definitely ready, and I'm going to do 2 at a time. Make sure the space around Okay, so while I was filming, I decided to cut out this little guy and make him into a bookmark. I didn't comprehend that when you flip the bookmark over, you will see this little guy on the back. And I'm not too mad about it, but I kind of wish that it didn't look like that. Okay, so we've got all our pieces laminated. So we need to leave a gap around the outside so that it doesn't come apart, because that's how laminating works. I did not realise that I got little bits of crud in with my stuff, so that's now permanently in there. And I also forgot to corner round. So yeah, but I should have brought my paper trimmer in. So I'm gonna try and do my best by eyeballing it, and that is way too much of a gap. Am I gonna go get my trimmer? Great, my lovelies, I am back, and I mean business. I just don't trust myself, and I've already messed up so much today. I'm tired now, but I want to get this finished so I can get it done and edited and all the fun parts. Please don't move. Ah! Okay, at least it moved the right way. I'm going to just have to cut these and come back to you with them cut, because otherwise I'm going to make an absolute mess of it. Okay, so I've cut the first one out. And I don't want to leave you guys hanging too long, so I wanted to show you this, which is dirty, but it's the Rub Esco, and it's a paper punch, and it has different, so you line it up where it says pocket, or you line it up where it says mini, and you change like whether things are on the inside, and it's got the lines on the inside. And you literally just push them to pocket. You push it to where it says pocket, so that's pushing as far in on both sides. And then you see where it says pocket on the front. You take your piece, you pop it in underneath there, and you make sure it's fed all the way to the back. And that's the first one done. So I'm gonna zoom ahead and cut the others, and then I'll be back. So I drew around those black ones, and they are so small. Like, they should be like easily like a quarter of an inch bigger, like if not more. Because I thought if I drew around them, they'd be the right size. But they are so small. Okay. I'm not doing this again. I'm too tired. Too tired from this. Right. Okay, so our first section is going to be the diary. So let's put the diary pages in and see what happens. Diary pages in. Okay, maybe it's not too small. Maybe it's just that I made my previous stuff like way too big. I think that's what's happened. So that is not a terrible. This is really thick, so I might just save this because. Okay, so this is a double-sided pattern paper, and this is a double-sided pattern paper that were quite thick papers to start with, and I laminated them. And it's just a really chunky, like, it's not going anywhere, but I'm thinking we're going to lose this and cut that down to make it work with this, is what I'm thinking. So if I put that there, let's see, what can we do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with the pre-existing holes. I'm then going to clip it and cut it to the size of this dashboard. Okay, so I cut that as best as I could. And I'm going to put that over there, which you're not going to see too well, but you're going to see it still there. I think I like that. Over there, so I still got my Alicia thing. Kind of wish I'd laminated it. Right, so we decided this first tab was going to be diary, and I've stuck these in here. And yes, they're 2018, but we're gonna be frugal. And we've got this next section. Do you know, guys, I might actually just do this. And have a few pages in here and do a tarot section. I think that'd be kind of cool. Those pages are a little bit long for this, but I think it'll still work. And then we've taken out the purple from the front, so I feel like this doesn't work anymore, having purple in the back. Plus I feel it's like a little not childish, because I will definitely still use them, but I think I want something a little more grown up. I'm going to use one of these hard plastics, and I'm going to hoop that back over there, put this hard plastic in the back so that's then not transferring onto anything I care about. And then what have we got? We've got credit card pocket, we've got a pocket, we've got another zip pocket back here. I may take the little stickers out of here, leave these plaster / band-aids, whatever you want to call them, in there, and we can make that a little bit prettier. I think I'm going to You know, I really kind of wanted an ephemera pocket. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this Seeing Better Days in the back because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I think I do want to use it. Then I'm going to put in the, like that, so I can put some washi tape in there. Then I'm going to put that on there, so it's the back. And I'm going to use this because to me this is kind of like an apothecary area. That kind of works for me. Maybe I can use like, this is like a little ephemera pouch. And maybe we will put this chunky back clip on there. So if I do put anything in the ephemera pouch, it doesn't get lost. And that way that bat's still in there. I do like my bats. So yes, I'm going to make this an apothecary. It's gone crazy now. So I've got this section, which I think we will just stick. I'm going to stick the cream Filofax ones in there for now, and then see where we go. Am I happy with that? Yes, I think I'm happy with that. And then, oh, we don't want that page. It's rubbish. We can still use the note pages. So take the notes out. Ow! And that'll take us up to there. The Filofax pages aren't that white either. Do you know, I might use another paper and just, it might end up being another section, guys. And then have that. I do like this on here, but I could just kind of feel like it would be better on something else. I could, you know, use that cat in thingy paper. Maybe. Let's see, how would that look? Oh, but then that's getting everything back out. Oh, guys, I love it. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to. Right. Okay, guys. I will be right back. So this has actually worked out really well all around because I was able to fill in the missing space of a coffin, which fits almost perfectly. I was able to do this, which will look great. And I hope, if I've done it right. And I'm going to laminate this so it's a little bit thicker than like just the acetate sheet. So we're just waiting for this warm up. We're going to pop it through and then we'll be on our way. I love the smell of a laminator. The heat, the radiator heat. It's that heated smell of heat. Musty heat. There we go. Little green lights on. Off we pop. Sorry, my lovelies. I didn't realise that the camera died, that my phone died, that I'm filming on. So I've decided to put these to a side for now. I decided to put this to a side for now. This I'm going to put to a side for now. This. Oh, I'm going to keep out for now. So what I think I was up to is I decided that I could make another dashboard, which would make all the coffins line up. I could put this over the dashboard. I did relaminate it and repunch it, so it's not the best, but I made it line up how I wanted it to with this divider. Oh. And I can use that for like an in case of emergencies section. So I'm quite happy with it. And it looks like this. So now we've got this acetate piece on the front, which you can switch things out. I have this in case of emergencies tab, the diary tab, the, what is this going to be? Just list tab, the tarot tab, the apothecary tab, and then this, which is like everything else tab. I did cut down that this doesn't really fit anything in it. Like even, let me just find, like this on its own, but like it's a struggle to get it in. I mean, that looked easy, but you can't have anything on this. My business cards did not fit in this. It was just a real struggle. So we ditched that. And then I took the one from my personal sized and I cut the top off, and then I made some holes using scissors. And when I find my single hole punch, I will punch that out properly. But I was able to get 2 cards of washi in here, and I did swap around some washies. And then in the back, not that you're going to go in the back, I have 2 of my business cards, 1 of my thank you cards. This to stop this from going on anything. So when everything's in and done, we did end up with like the extra cut off from that, which can go in the bin. Cut to the side. I will still use this at some point. I was going to put this in, this on top, and I did cut this down so that it, but I think we're just getting too much bulk now. Let's have a look. I was going to put it in here, wasn't I? So it's like a little catch or... it's not too bad actually. Let's see. I can always put, like, if I get ephemera stuff, I can put it in the apothecary section until I get home, move it, or I can slit it into one of those. So yeah, so we will keep that though, because we will use it at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, I literally just laminated this and then I cut it down and I stuck it in here, and that's all that is. So we'll save that for another time. Right. Let's see. This is my diary divider, so we know whereabouts we are during the diary. We could cut this guy down. I don't know. So I got my brother label maker, and that's the clear tape. I'm going to swap it so it's white on black. But I'm going to cut these little labels down, and then I'm going to cut them down a little bit more, and then I'm going to remove the backs and stick them where they go. I'm going to do apothecary. And where possible, I'm going to do it straight. And I might actually grab my tweezers to help me apply this. I can't remember if I said in this video, but if planner, goth, witchy, etc. type of content is your thing, then definitely subscribe, because I will have lots more coming this year. One more. Okay, you can't really see that last one because of the apothecary pocket thingamabob, but it's there and I know it's there and it's fine. So they're all done. So, huzzah. Great, so we need charms and then we're done. We're done. Right, so let's see what we're going to do. We are going to add this guy. I don't like this bell but I don't think I've got anything to hand. That's not, oh, we just managed to twist the bell off. Okay, so we have this from Spooky Box Club. He has some pins sticking in and out of him, which may or may not be sharp, but he is definitely going on. Does he want to hang on? What's he going to hang on? What's he going to do? I think I'm going to put him on one of these silvery clips. If I can find these, because I think they are available in other places, I will definitely link it. And for him, where does he want to go? Does he want to sit on, I think he wants to sit on the front of my planner. So he kind of hangs here on the front. Oh, he's pretty cool. But he could go almost anywhere, really. He could even go on the spine, I think. Is there enough room on the spine? If I do it there. Yeah, he could even go on the spine of a Filofax. It does misshape the Filofax a little bit, but yeah. And I'm not so upset if this like rags up my Filofax, because I've had it this one so long, and as I said, I got it secondhand. Ooh, what did I do there? I somehow clipped the charm. That makes sense. So yeah, so he can hang out on the front of there, and he's pretty cool. Then I want to put these back on my usual. So let's flip to the back, and I think I'm going to put them between these. So that just goes on there, like that. We do have this still in the back. And the strings are not going to move here. And I think that is it. So when I am using my diary, I can flip him up. I can flip to diary, and then what we're going to do is we are going to mask over like these parts so that we can still use it as a workable, usable thing. So I just have a little correction tape mouse, and we're going to tape over the top. She is no good at doing this on the bed. We're going to tape over the days. We could tape over the days as well, and then stamp our own or write our own. And then we can write whatever the date is. I know it's a Tuesday, but we can write whatever the day is. And then I've got my little acetate bat. And I'm going to put my little acetate cat in there somewhere. I also forgot to mention before that if you pull this out, it does like A5, it does personal, and then it's got like A5 and timer 21, whatever that is. And then he is going to hang out on, where's he going to hang out? I think he's going to hang out in lists. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was so long. I did not expect it to be so long. I'm going to go give you a quick flip through because I think the sun is now glaring on it so you can't see, which is just typical. So we have our really funky little voodoo guy. And he is just like made out of rope, and he's got some real pins stuck in him. He has one of a pin in his head and two in his heart. And he has these little eyes, which I think that they are sewn on beads. So he's hanging out on a clip at the top. I have my bat planner band, still with the Pilot G207. And when you open it up, we get into the black and white goodness, and this hasn't really changed on this side. I would like to get some stuff that is more ravens and spiders to go in here as well. This is how the dashboard turned out in the end, and I really love it. And then the first divider, I did have a little boo-boo, but it's in case of emergency, and I'm going to put in case of emergency information in here. Then we've got the diary, which I like how this turned out in the end. and I obviously will move this to fit in with wherever in my diary I am at the time, and that just goes like so. This is a repurposed 2018 diary pages, which I'm just going to white out and then like stamp and do whatever I want, collage, journal, add images, all that good stuff. And so I've got about half a year. Ooh, I've got about half a year. Yeah, I can just go in there. And then I have a lists section. I have this bookmark cat who's hanging out in the lists section. I have some Filofax grid paper in cream. I have this tarot section, and I have some Radio Webby paper that I cut down to fit into here. So that's white grid paper, which is Clairefontaine. I have this section here which says apothecary, and in here I have some band-aids or plasters, whichever you call them, and I'm going to swap this out and put some fresh ones in because these have been here for a while and they're probably not very sticky. And then I might put a medical information in there, maybe not. Then this final section just says miscellaneous, and in here I currently have my hanging bottom charms, which I showed you. So there's the heart that says Imogen, because that's my name. There's the planchette that says Ouija, which is from Spooky Box Club a long time ago. There is the enamel panda head. He's seen better days. I've had him a very long time. There is the little bat that says Spooky Box Co. on one side, and on the other side he's black. And then I have a pair of glasses, like geeky, nerdy glasses. I wear glasses, but yeah, I just have that. So there are my charms that I always put on my current Filofax. I do plan, as I said, to repunch these with a single hole punch once I find it. I could have just got it when I went to get the label maker out of the studio, but you know. So this has some different washies in black and white, and then some are glittery, and this one's got silver foil on it. And then just in the back here I have one of my business cards, well, two of my business cards. I have this little like thank you card that I use, which says be mindful of others and take care of yourself, be mindful of yourself. And then this plastic I just put in here to try and stop this, because I would like to still keep this because it smells amazing, but as I said before, it was damaging my book. So, and then the other decor has stayed the same. So I hope you've enjoyed this crazy journey. I definitely am enjoying the little coffin, what are these called? Tabs. And as if I have an apothecary in my planner. That is insane. Right, in my diary book thing. So we will close, we will pop it shut, and we will hang our little dude who definitely needs a name. Feel free to comment below and think of names. That's what we'll do. We'll do a comment below. Let me know you got this far by giving my little dude a name. Female, male, non-gender specific, boy or a girl, both asexual, not really fussed. Pick a name. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you for staying with me, and I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. I totally forgot as I was tidying up. I was like, oh yeah, I was going to put one of my little ghosty charms. So these are going to be a new addition in my shop. So these are going to be a new addition to my shop. I don't know if I'm going to do it end of March or during my sale because I can't put him on sale. So I have a whole bunch of these little ghosty charms, and I will put it in my awitchescharm.co.uk shop, which is my Etsy shop. So etsy.com/awitchescharm.